Welcome to episode 3 of Coffee with Coach Catherine. I hope you enjoy listening to this story as much as I do telling it. One of the most amazing nights in my coaching career happened in Claude, Texas. I had wanted to get my kids in a smaller school environment. I've been coaching at Copperscove High School, and I wanted to change. And so I applied for several jobs out in West Texas and Panhandle, and I interviewed for several. And my third interview that I got, I was offered a job at Claude, and my wife had actually gone to school there and had some family there in town, and so it was a really unique town. We were tickled to death to get that opportunity. But it was before the time of internet, and I really didn't know, coming from Central Texas, how bad Claude had been the last few years. And actually, they had lost 24 straight ball games. And I knew that they had not been very good, but I didn't know how bad things had been. And so I got to find things out like that. So we bought a house, and we loved the area, but we didn't get to move up till June. And so I started opening the gym, and nobody showed up. And I still remember a little old lady from church telling me one Sunday we went to church, and she said, "I don't know if these kids will ever win a ball game." And I thought, "Oh my word!" I went to the school board meeting. We needed new jerseys, and I wanted to buy 32, and one of the board members told me, "I don't know if we'll have that many kids ever come out to football." And so it was a pretty depressing thing. And one night I went up to the gym, and one kid showed up, and I went home. I could walk home from the gym, and I told my wife, I think I may have ruined my coaching career by coming there. So it's pretty depressing situation. But I've always been a fighter, and I had to figure out a way to get to know the kids. So my children had been going to the local swimming pool, and they said they'd gotten to know a few kids up there. And so I said, I want to go up there and hang out and see if I can't meet some people. And so I did. A couple of weeks before football season started, so a few kids started showing up. They'd been out working and things like that. I just wasn't used to the culture there. So we had about 30 show up for football practice first day. And one of the hardest things to do as a coach is to build confidence. And that's what we started working on there. We worked the kids hard, and they got better, and they could see the improvement. We got ready to go over to White Deer for our first scrimmage, and White Deer was perennially a very good football team. And Claude, it struggled. And so we go over to White Deer, and we'd install a run and shoot offense. Coach Presnall and Coach Guy helped me, and they were good coaches, and we've made a lot of progress. And so it was different than anybody in the Panhandle had seen. And so we go to White Deer, and I still remember early in the scrimmage, Zach Robinson hitting an old boy and knocking him out of bounds and jumping up. "Hey, we came to play, baby!" And we won the scrimmage. I can still remember a big old cowboy coming up and hugging my neck, putting me in a bear hug after the scrimmage, and saying he'd been waiting for years for Claude to beat White Deer in football. I still wonder sometimes who that big cowboy was. I don't really know if I ever knew who he was. It came time for our first game. And even though we had done well in scrimmages, there was still a lack of confidence in the Mustangs. And I could tell that by looking at the kids' eyes and by the language of the community. They just didn't believe we could win. Winning a scrimmage is one thing, but winning the game was something else. And so we had a small group of seniors: Scott Green, Kevin Ryder, Zach Robeson, maybe a couple more. And but they did a good job for us. And then Bo Brown was our quarterback. Eventually became an all-state quarterback. But Bo Brown he did a good job managing the game. We didn't pass for a lot of yards, but we spread out the Broncos, and Jason Baker just ran wild. And Mike Campbell did a great job of playing defense, and we scored 42 points that night. It was more points than the Mustangs had scored the previous year. Jason Baker was Associated Press Player of the Week. He just, like I said, just had a magnificent game. Associated Press Player of the Week for the whole state of Texas. And rushed for 240 yards. It was just a magical night. The moment I remember most about that night was coming into the locker room afterwards. And the look in those kids' eyes, those Mustangs' eyes, it was like they couldn't believe it. And they knew at that moment that they could be successful. They believed that they could be successful. That night may have changed my coaching career because I was hooked on being a builder. There is the feeling of helping kids believe in themselves is indeed special. We won several more games that year, but we had not won a district game. And the last week of the season, we played the Shamrock Irish. They came to Claude. And we were determined to win a district ball game because Claude hadn't won a district game in 7 years. And again, we were not favored to win. But on the goal line stand, Zach Robinson tackled their big back for a loss. Maybe it was like 4th and 1. And so we had a 1-point lead. We still had to run the ball out, so we had to kneel it a couple of times. And they were mad. They were mad. They wanted to get even, you know. And so this big kid jumps Kevin Ryder and gets him on the ground, slugging him. And so, of course, Kevin is defending himself, and all heck broke loose. I told the guys on the sideline, stay on the sideline, buckle your chin straps, and I ran out to the middle of the field. When I get out there, Chris Eaton is out there. He's kung fu fighting about 5 of them out there, and they all, their bench is cleared and they're out there. And it's a pretty intense fight. One of the best I've ever seen. One of our players, Scott Green, was taken to the hospital, but he quickly recovered. But it was quite an end of my first year of coaching at Claude. But like I said, after the game, going into that locker room was indeed special. The next year, we were a year older and stronger, and we had a great team. We were ranked 16th in state by the Harris Rating Service. Didn't make the playoffs, but had a state champion and a regional champion in our district. I'll tell you about that team at a later date. The scripture of the day is Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That's the thing about coaching. There's some times, you run into some difficulty, but as long as you take the Lord your God with you, you'll be all right. Lord's going to take care of them. Next week, we'll talk about the Spring Lake Earth Wolverines. Thanks for watching. See you next week.